American senior citizens. How did you learn about the assassination of President John Kennedy on November 22, 1963?
I was in second grade. Don't remember much about that day, but I do remember that it seemed like the funeral went on for days. There wasn't much in the way of kids shows then, but there wasn't anything for days because of the funeral. Junior year of high school. Rumors began to circulate, probably from kids surreptitiously listening to transistor radios. Then the school PA broke into news coverage of the shooting. This a Catholic school, and Kennedy was a big deal to Catholics. A girl a couple of desks ahead of me fell to her knees in the aisle, weeping. Classes were called off for the rest of the day. Saw my mom crying, and then saw the TV set. I was upset because my mom was crying. I was just barely 4.
Junior high school, I guess it is called middle school now. School closed. We were sent home without an explanation. I guess they thought it was better to hear it from our parents. I know about all his personal faults, but I still feel that it was the end of an era and that things would have been different, for the better, had it never happened.
Sitting in my first grade Catholic school class when the principal ran in and said JFK had been shot. Watched it on TV, only had 3 channels.
My fellow old people, did you belong to Toastmasters? Or did you complete Dale Carnegie training? If so, what are your thoughts on their effectiveness?
Toastmasters gave me the self-confidence to present my point of view, give persuasive presentations, and manage difficult conversations. I was once an insecure employee who rose to a senior manager due to mastering these communication skills. I never have. My daughter is 24. She did an internship with a company that provided Toastmasters. I noticed a huge difference in her confidence in public speaking.
I read the Carnegie book as a pre-adolescent because it was there. Read almost everything in my dad's bookshelf eventually, including that. It's useful up to a point. Past that point I think it's pernicious. That's my input as a very shy, somewhat unusual kid whose life was too complicated to explain to people for my mid-teens to mid-20s. Putting focus back onto the other person was a definitely lifesaver. It eases a lot of difficulties and gave me perfect cover for creating the kinda distance I preferred without raising eyebrows. The downside is this, especially young women. It panders to egomaniac and selfish people. And it trains you to court acceptance by signaling I am a total doormat with no mind of my own and no boundaries. I was seriously plagued by stalkers and obsessives in young adulthood, and eventually realized that my Carnegie habits were contributing a great deal to that.
Actually did both in the late 80s. Dale Carnegie was a 12-week course, and did amazing for my ability to speak confidently in front of people. Shortly afterwards I joined Toastmasters, and continued that confidence. To this day, I have no fear of public speaking, whereas prior to these courses, I would be a wallflower sitting in the back. I would know what I wanted to say, but couldn't bring myself to say it in front of a group. My father talked relentlessly about Dale's concepts of remembering people's names and their interests. I honestly believe if millennials took that to heart it would be revolutionary. I think the world is craving that kind of personal attention and recognition.
Both were excellent, especially Toastmasters. Honing your conversational, presentation and persuasion skills offer lifelong benefits.
What are you going to be when you grow up? No. Little girls were asked what they wanted to be, but the expected answer was nurse, teacher, secretary, or housewife. Girls who said they wanted to be a doctor, lawyer, scientist or mathematician, or own their own business, were discouraged. 1950s and 60s.
I am still waiting to grow up, according to my wife.
I was born in 1963. I remember my grandma telling me that I was ugly. She explained that she always told her kids that they were ugly so they would not get a big head. I didn't understand that part, but I went and stood in front of a mirror when I was 3. I stood there and looked at myself and tried as hard as I could, with my 3-year-old brain, and assessed my looks. I decided they were right. I was ugly. My nose was too long. My forehead too big. I believed that for decades. I can objectively look at myself and think I was actually pretty good looking. But I will never accept that to myself. I am ugly and always will be. Why the?
Would anyone do that to a little girl? Especially growing up in those times. Nobody ever asked. All I was ever really told was that I was going to go to college, which I internalized, and did, and then promptly fell apart because no one even gave a moment's thought to sharing with me what I would, could or should do once I got there. During the 50s I was in my single-digit years. Nobody ever asked me what I wanted to be at that age. In the 1960s, age 10 to 19, I don't recall anyone except teachers when I was in HS inquiring what I wanted to be. And that only a couple times. Now during those years my dad and grandpa, from time to time, either talked to me about different jobs, or they actually took me places to see different people doing different jobs. Neither was pressing me to do anything other than to finish HS. They explained they just wanted me to see what kind of things people did for work. Over those years I got hauled to dozens of places to see what people did. But they never pressed me to make any decisions about what I wanted to do.
My dad told my little sister that she had great penmanship and, if she worked really hard, she could grow up to be a secretary. Dad got to see her get multiple degrees, travel the world, and become a kick-ass scientist, and my dad also lied. Because we both agree her handwriting looks like it was done by a 6-year-old.
McDonald's then vs now?
Walk up only with about 10 items on the menu? Sure, just start making the fries in tallow again. Over 1 million sold. Then, just for the MCDLT.
GOMO, grouchy old man opinion. I definitely prefer the old-time Mickey D's. No dining area, no playground, just hamburgers, cheeseburgers, fries, Cokes and milkshakes. Order at a window while standing out in the elements. Munch in the car. I hate drive-through.
The new ones are
expensive and you have to wait for them to bring you the food. Absurd. 2 cheeseburgers. Coke. Go. The ones I grew up with. The food, especially the fries, tasted much better than they do today. Of course we didn't have a McDonald's until I was around 12. Before that we had Red Barn, which was pretty similar.
In retrospect, it was much more low frills in those days, even though it's considered low frills today as well. People's expectations at the time were much more simple, so that's a big part of it. The biggest difference, though, is the amount of choices we have today. There were probably only 3 or 4 fast food restaurants in my mid-sized city when I grew up: McDonald's, Crystal, KFC, and maybe Burger King. Beyond that, it was sit-down restaurants, and almost none of those were chains. Eating out was a big luxury and treat, so most people didn't do it very often.
Do you still wear contact lenses?
Yes. I still wear mine during the day, but I noticed that my eyes are more irritated by them as I get older. I hate the idea of wearing glasses all day, but I might have to switch. I still wear contacts. My severe astigmatism was unable to be corrected totally by cataract surgery, though it did help dramatically. I wear contacts just to sharpen my vision.
No. When I was 40, I started having issues with them. My ophthalmologist explained my eyes were now too dry for contacts because I was getting old.
Not since getting LASIK a long time ago. I've been wearing them since 1997. I only wear them on weekends or when I am doing active things like swimming or hiking. I can't read well with contact lenses, so when I am in the office I wear glasses. I am nearsighted.
My eyes started getting dry and they weren't comfortable anymore.